Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm Leticia, and as you can tell by the title, this video is going to be a travel guide to Thailand. So my husband and I, we got to go for 3 weeks and we went to 4 different cities. So I'm going to basically just be showing you guys some footage that I took while we were on our honeymoon there and some things that we did and just any other tips and or recommendations that I have at the end. So if you guys are interested in going to Thailand and you want to know what are some fun things to do there, then keep on watching. So we started off in the city of Bangkok. There are so many things to do there. So we started off by looking at some different temples. This is actually a crematorium for the last king that they had, and it just opened up when we got there, so that was cool. One of our other favorite things we did was play with tigers. As you can see, we started off by playing with the little baby tigers, which was so cute. Just hearing them meow and watching them try to walk around. Watch, listen to this. Isn't that just adorable? So yeah, as you can see, we just got to get really up close and personal. And then after the little tigers, then we got to feed the medium-sized tigers through the gate. Definitely don't want to feed them raw chicken with your bare hands. You might lose a finger. And then the most exciting part is when you actually get to go in the huge, I wouldn't say a cage, but caged area with the big full-grown tigers. That was so cool. We gotta do things like have them stand on our shoulders. Actually, that wasn't part of the package. We just really wanted them to do that, and we told them we'd pay them like an extra 20 bucks, and so they did it for us. So yeah, we got them to stand on our shoulders. We got to bottle feed them. Something I really loved is that the animals here are not drugged up, because nobody wants that, right? And we really got to see the tigers just play naturally and run around, and we just bribed them with some food, and if they didn't want to do something, the workers never forced them to. We would just go to a different tiger.
Baby, look.
And you can see the way they get the tigers to look is just by simply distracting them, and they just make funny sounds in the background like you would do with a baby. One thing you have to do while you're still in the Dam Noen Saduak area, which is right by Tiger World, is stop by Karen's Long Neck Village. It is so cool. These people put ring after ring on their necks over the years till their neck is super stretched out, and so you can see the older people, they have really long necks, and then the younger people just have like normal long necks, like longer than normal, but you know what I mean. Anyways, and you can even pay them a little bit to put a fake necklace on so you can kind of like look like one of them. And they also make beautiful scarves and other artifacts that you can buy to help support them in their village. Another thing that you have to do while you're in Bangkok is go to the Chatuchak weekend market. You can find anything and everything there, and it is so ridiculously cheap. I'm talking about a few dollars for these, like for anything. You can find soaps, you can find clothes, sunglasses, shoes, knockoff things. You can find anything. So you definitely want to go and make sure you bring enough money, because if you're into shopping like me and my husband, you're gonna want to buy a lot of stuff. Another fun stop you should definitely make at night, actually I don't know, we just stopped by at night, but I don't know what it's like during the day, is Khao San Road. When we were there, they were selling fried or somehow like cooked scorpions, and I convinced Eric to eat one of them.
I'm a man.
Close your eyes and do it.
This is so scary.
Do it. How's it taste?
Gross.
So if you want to become a real man, then maybe you should go buy a scorpion and then eat it too. Our next stop was to Chiang Mai. We made a quick stop here because we just had to play with the elephants. So you could see that they gave us a lot of food to feed the elephants, which was so fun. Seriously, that was one of my favorite parts of the day. The elephants just always want more and more food. No matter how much you give them, they'll just always try to reach for more. It's also really cute just seeing their little personalities. Like, you never really thought an elephant would have a personality, but they totally do. Watch.
When you feel like being an extra.
Hey.
Huh? What?
Oh my gosh,
Something else that we got to experience is riding the elephants. Now, let me just say 2 things before I get any negative comments. I know not everybody agrees with it, but just keep these facts in mind. So an average full-size elephant in Thailand can get up to 11,000 pounds, okay? 11,000 pounds. So say if you're like a 200-pound man, you're not even like, you're barely like 1% or maybe almost 2% of the elephant's weight. So you sitting on the elephant's bare back or the neck is not gonna really put any strain on the elephant, compared to people think that riding horses is normal, when a horse can be anywhere from like 800 to 2,000 pounds. So if people can ride horses when they're about 10% of their body weight, I don't understand how that makes people think they're gonna hurt the elephant. Just saying. So I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel like we were hurting them at all. We probably were like super light to them. And another thing I did want to say is, honestly, my opinion is it wasn't that exciting. Basically, the only reason you would ride the elephant is just for the experience of saying that you did. Because after we did it, we're like, yeah, they just move really slowly and it's just not like very exciting. Honestly, I had more fun doing all those other things. And another thing is that their hairs, they have like wiry hairs and it's just like really uncomfortable to sit on because they're poking you. So you can make your own decision. This place actually doesn't let people ride anymore because of all the tourists that were complaining, but I'm sure there's still other places that do let you ride. So you guys can make your own decision on that. And then lastly, we got to bathe the elephants. That was a lot of fun. I'm sure they loved it and it felt really good. We got to just brush them and just kind of splash some water on them. So it's just like a little pool party. Another thing we love doing while we were in Thailand is chasing after waterfalls. There's just so many to see and they're just so beautiful. This one is called Mae Ya.
So So a popular form of transportation here in Chiang Mai is actually a pickup truck that they put a little seat thing on top. They just convert it into like a little taxi, and you just hop in the back, tell them where you're going, pay the bot through the little window. It's easy peasy.
Getting in our first red truck here in Chiang Mai. So like Eric explains, in Chiang Mai there are tons of red trucks, and people also just ride in the back of normal trucks too. But like you can see coming up here, those are all forms of like public transportation basically. They're like taxis. So you could just stop any one of them and just hop right in, and sometimes strangers hop in with you if you guys are going the same direction. Kind of like an Uber thing. Oh, and we also rented some mopeds while we were in Chiang Mai. That was so fun. You know, regardless of me almost killing me and Eric because I've never driven a moped, it was still a lot of fun. You guys just have to make sure you're really careful. But as you can see, tons of people ride mopeds because there's so much traffic. It's just a way faster way of getting through all the cars, and plus it just feels good to have the wind blowing in your hair. Now another thing you have to do while you're in Chiang Mai is go to the night bazaar. So it's basically like the weekend market, except it's a little bit different because they, how is it different? This one, you gotta do fun things like we put our feet in a fish tank full of, I don't even remember what the fish were called, but those fish that eat the dead skin. And I was so scared it was gonna hurt, but it actually tickled so bad, and everybody was staring at me because I couldn't stop laughing.
3. Oh, wow, look at that.
And then another thing is, at the night market, there are so many talented artists. Oh my gosh, I wish I knew so I could have brought more money. You guys have to see all these paintings. And seriously, they can make like a painting come to life and just look like a real life picture. Chisalu, right here, painted this. Oh my gosh, like how spot on is that? And the prices aren't that bad at all, seriously. Oh, and Eric got a custom made cashmere suit. So it's really cool because he got to pick out his fabric, and then he got to pick out the style he wanted, and they literally just put the fabric on him and then cut it and measured it, and then they said like, okay, we'll come back tomorrow. And we're like, well, we're leaving like tonight, so I guess we can't do it. They're like, okay, we'll do it by tonight. So they literally made a full-on custom tailored suit within a few hours. It was so impressive, and I don't remember exactly how much it cost. I think it was like 100 or 200, but I just know that it would be way more expensive here in the States if you were to have a custom tailored cashmere suit. Oh yeah, and one last recommendation for Chiang Mai is this place called the Volcano. It has the best grilled cheese sandwiches you will ever eat. Seriously, I've never bought a grilled cheese from somewhere because I'm like, that's so dumb. I could make a grilled cheese at home for myself. But this is like the cheesiest of all cheesy sandwiches you've ever seen. And so it's just really funny to like stretch it out as far as you can. So the third city that we went to is this place called Krabi. It's one of the coast cities, and we just chose there because the PP Islands and everything else like kind of near that area is like super full of tourists and like all about partying, and that's not really what me and Eric were looking for. And so we also found this place called Tiger Cave Temple. It was recommended to me by one of my friends, and it's just crawling with monkeys. Now, let me warn you, the monkeys will try to steal your stuff, or they might not even try, they will succeed. If you have anything loose, like a hat or just like, you know, something hanging out of your backpack or your purse, they will snatch it. And here's a little clip of them right after they snatched my little plastic rain cover that I got for like $1. I tried snatching it back, and then the monkey tried to like threaten me, and I was like, fine, you could have it. It was only $1 anyways.
Don't get bit, baby.
Oh man, it was just so fun trying to get the monkeys to climb up on us. They even sell little mini bananas right there. And so you can buy some bananas and then just try to like lead the monkeys up your leg or just put it by your shoulder, and then some of them will just jump right on you. But like I said, be careful, not all of them are super friendly, so you just kind of have to watch out. Oh yeah, and if you actually go up the stairs at the Tiger Cave Temple, the top has this awesome statue, and then the view is just amazing. I thought we weren't going to be able to see anything because it was so cloudy and rainy, but it just made it look even more epic. Look at that view, seriously. So make sure you do the hike. Next, we went to James Bond Island with this little tour. It was pretty cool. We got to see some of the things that were in the movies and some awesome scenery. And then at the end, they also took us kayaking in some caves. I have one recommendation for hotels, and it is Krabi Front Bay Resort. Heck yes. Just got dropped off at our new hotel in Krabi. And when we were pulling up, because we were in a van full of people, I was gonna say, if this isn't our hotel, we're freaking canceling where we're at and we're going here. But thank goodness this is our place. Look how nice. So we're at a fresh seafood restaurant right across from our hotel. Eric's going to order some fresh crab, and he's literally picking out which one he wants. Ooh. Pretend like you're gonna eat it. That's why it's scared. And as you can see, the food did come out super delicious and fresh. So last but not least, we went to Koh Tao. You're gonna have to get there by boat because it's just a little itty bitty island. And it's fun because when we went there, we went during the day, but when we came back, we came during the night, and so we actually got to sleep on a boat with like tons of bunk beds everywhere. Oh yeah, check out our crib for the night. It literally looks like a crib. Cool. So the only reason anybody goes to Koh Tao, honestly, is to go scuba diving. I heard that Thailand has some of the best scuba diving in the world. When we went, the weather wasn't that great, so that kind of affected the visibility and things. But nevertheless, we did see some fish, and we still had a lot of fun and got as much diving in as we could. If you're not already scuba certified, you can get scuba certified there for really cheap, but just keep in mind that it'll probably take you up to at least 3 days. So if you want to save those 3 days for exploring other cities, then I would recommend getting certified here in the States first, or wherever you're from. And then here is just some footage. My favorite part was going through little valleys, I guess you could say. Just makes you feel like a mermaid, doesn't it? Alright, so some last minute things that I wanted to mention. Massages. Oh my goodness, we got them all the time. They're like $8 for a full body massage for a full hour. And so we just got massages literally like every day. Now, one of the last things I want to talk about is the food. Now, I want you to just take a second and look at what Eric has on his plate. I want you to guess. Do you think it's A, fried chicken, B, frog's foot, or C, eggs? If you guess C, then you're right. He ordered some eggs thinking he was gonna get a nice fried egg for breakfast, and this is what we got. Don't get me wrong, I think it really is an egg, but I've just never seen it cooked that way before. And that's the fun thing with Thailand, is the food is so delicious, but half of the time you don't even know what you're eating. But then again, it is all so cheap. You can see it's 5-10 baht.
This shrimp fried rice, which is bursting with flavor. I'm so impressed. Like, holy cow. My mind's blown. It's so good. Can't wait for the pad thai.
So that's basically it as far as all the footage goes. I just have a few more tips for you guys before I end this video. One is, if you are going to Thailand, make sure you go for a long enough time. Like I said, we went for 3 weeks, and originally I was planning on going for like a week or a week and a half. And some people that I knew that already have gone were like, that is not enough time. And I was like, oh, it's fine. We'll just like bounce from one place to the next and we'll just be super fast. And they're like, it's not enough time. And they were so right. Even with the whole 3 weeks, we barely got to do like everything that we wanted to do, but there was still so much more. So please don't fly halfway across the world just for 1 week. And then if you do, that's fine, but just realize that you're not going to be able to see as many different cities because travel time does take forever, especially because there's just literally traffic, like the worst traffic I've ever seen. The traffic in Bangkok, actually just all over Thailand, is worse than like LA traffic or the border Mexico traffic. So yeah, you have to take that into consideration. And another thing that I wanted to mention is, if you don't know any Thai, then don't worry, because most people there actually speak English, which was so nice and so helpful. We still tried learning a few of the main words like thank you and how much, and you know, just like common phrases just for fun, just try to adapt to their culture a little bit. But there's usually always going to be somebody around that knows English, so that's pretty cool. Well, that's basically it. I try to make it as short and simple as I possibly could. So if you did like this video, then make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notifications bell. If you did anything else that's super fun in Thailand, then leave it down in the comments, because I am definitely going to go back one day with Eric, and we would love to try some new places or experience new things when we go back again. Bye!